Hi.
Your thoughts on the indictment, please.
Well, it's an unjust indictment, and it seems like these intimidation tactics have been pervasive. We spent all week seeing different members getting censured, all in hopes of intimidating and kind of distracting from the Epstein files. And I look forward to my day in court so I can prove myself and actually state the truth. But if this is what Congress is becoming, where they're always trying to intimidate you, scare tactics, especially attacking minorities, black and brown people, then we're going to have to keep fighting for the district. And everybody has been giving me so much support, and we're going to keep fighting until the district gets what it needs, which is fair prices, housing, and fair representation in Congress.
Did
so
you
thank you so
improperly
much.
What's your
use the
response to
FEMA
the calls
funds?
from some of your colleagues to step down or resign?
They didn't elect me, it was my district, and so we'll keep fighting for the people and keep working like we're doing now until they get what they need. So we're here for the people. So the only people who elected me should make that decision. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, you see all of these? These are all the things that Sheila McCormick was found guilty on, specifically pertaining to her stealing of the $5 million of FEMA funds. And yes, tomorrow, because she refuses to resign after being found guilty on all of these charges, we are going to have to expel her. And yes, the votes are there. She's going bye-bye. In fact, the fact is if she gets a pension, that should go too. But we have to, and we are currently working on amending the House rules to get that done. But this stuff right here, this should not take 3 years to get done. House ethics needs a complete overhaul in how they conduct themselves in regards to the timelines that they're given, because we don't want corrupt members of Congress getting taxpayer dollars. We don't want them serving. We don't want to work with those people. And so tomorrow, Sheila, you're going bye-bye. As soon as the recommendation comes in from House Ethics, your colleagues, everyone, we're voting to expel you. So don't steal money.
Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. I don't know why. I don't know why that line popped up in my head, but hey, sometimes you let the intrusive thoughts win, right? Yeah, we got a Democrat member of Congress who, as you heard there, basically has resigned, but she was most certainly about to be kicked out because, as you heard from Congresswoman Ana Paulina Luna, who I like, man, she's been all over the place, man. Shout out to Ana Paulina Luna. She has been on it, on a lot of things, right? Yeah, she was about to be expelled. Like, literally, she resigned, like, probably 30 minutes before she was about to be expelled.
Congresswoman Sheila Cherfilus-McCormick officially resigning just moments before the Ethics Committee was set to announce sanctions against her. Cherfilus-McCormick releasing a statement saying, quote, "This was not a fair process. I will not stand by and pretend that this has been anything other than a witch hunt. I simply cannot stand by and allow my due process rights to be trampled on and my good name to be tarnished." The Congresswoman was accused of stealing millions in FEMA COVID relief money to finance her own campaign.
Blah, 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 blah. Bro, people who resign, in my humble opinion, they're most certainly guilty. Because, bro, if I'm not guilty, I'm not going anywhere. You can say whatever you want to. I'm not leaving. I'm not moving. Case in point, look at Uncle Trump. Uncle Trump could have just been like, all right, guys, I'm out. Just leave me alone. I'm going to go F off somewhere on the island. Well, not that island, but I'm going to go buy my own private island. I'm going to disappear from everybody, all politics and everything. I'm gone. Just leave me alone. All right? I'm out of your hair. You ain't got to worry about me in politics ever again. I'm done. He could have said that. You know, he could have came out with the classic speech that, you know, a lot of folks come out with, you know, I don't want to have to drag my family through this. My family doesn't deserve this and blah. I'm going to go spend some time with my family now and blah, blah, blah. You know, the classic speech that people be giving when they resign. Trump could have done it. He said, hell no. Come hell or high water. I'm staying right here. I'm staying in this race. And guess what? He became president. Shout out to Uncle Trump. But yeah, people, in my humble opinion, people who resign, they're most certainly guilty. Y'all let me know if y'all feel the same way, but I just have that feeling based upon who we have seen resign in the past and things like that. But yeah, man, this is big news. And of course, you can bet that there's going to be a Republican that's going to resign as well, because Democrats otherwise wouldn't, have been pushing for this if they didn't think that they had a Republican lined up to resign too.
Live look right now at the U.S. Capitol, Washington, D.C. We're continuing to track the breaking news this afternoon as Congresswoman Sheila Cherfilus-McCormick announces her resignation amid an ongoing ethics probe in the House that has now come to an end upon her resignation. But she is still facing federal charges and an upcoming trial in all of this as well. And so joining me live now to talk about this and break down the breaking news this afternoon, we've got Kimberly Leonard, Politico reporter, joining us live now via Zoom. And Kimberly, we appreciate you joining us. A little bit of a surprise to hear resignation at this point in the process, I think.
I was very surprised. Up until last night, Representative Cherfilus-McCormick was submitting letters from supporters saying that they thought now was the wrong time to be throwing her out of Congress because her seat is one that Governor Ron DeSantis has specifically called out for redistricting consideration. And it looks like the support just wasn't there. It seemed as though Democrats up in the House were ready to vote to expel her if that's in fact what the Ethics Committee had decided to do. And I guess we'll never know because now she has resigned on her own. She did not admit wrongdoing. She said that she thought the process was unfair and that she, no longer wanted to be a part of it.
And so what's the fallout from this, Kimberly? What's the kind of ripple effect here?
Well, a few things. First of all, I think it's important for people to know that this seat is going to be remaining empty. The timeline just doesn't allow for the governor to call a special session, get someone in that seat, get them elected, et cetera. So that's going to be vacant, most likely. And then there's also going to be more pressure on Representative Corey Mills, who similarly is facing an ethics investigation, has been for months. And so Democrats are going to be putting the pressure then to say, okay, we were, one of ours has left. Now it's up to him to leave too. There was an expulsion resolution that was filed by Nancy Mace from South Carolina. I don't know what the support is for Corey Mills, but I can tell you that the Republicans want to maintain as much of their majority as possible. And right now there's such a small majority that they have that it would be very hard for them to, probably get the support to get him out. But then again, it depends what the ethics investigations ends up showing. And if there's more bad news that trickles out about him. I mean, we've seen report after report. There was body camera footage this past weekend that the Washington Post reported out. And so it could basically build up to more support for having him leave Congress as well.
And Kimberly, we're showing there, you mentioned Congresswoman Nancy Mace, who just tweeted a few minutes ago, quote tweeting the resignation statement from Congresswoman Cherfilus-McCormick and saying another one down, one more to go, ostensibly referencing Corey Mills. I do.
Yeah, it seems like Corey Mills is most certainly is getting pushed out because of some allegations that you kind of heard there. He's cooked, but he's not the only one. Okay, Congress is full of some despicable individuals. Like, what is going on? Like, do these people think like they are just above anything and everything? Well, I'm sure Democrats most certainly do. And it seems like some Republicans have thought the same thing as well. This is just absolutely crazy, man. Absolutely crazy stuff. One of those individuals is, and I've talked about this in a past video, Ruben Gallego, who is Eric Swalwell's good buddy, good friend. As a matter of fact, I don't think I can show you all this. You can kind of see up this girl's skirt right here. I really don't want to show that. Let me see if I can pull up a different image, because the video where Eric Swalwell is with this alleged woman that is allegedly a prostitute. People are speculating that on that same bed, I don't know if you guys have seen that video, but on that same bed is actually Ruben Gallego. Based on what his face looks like from the side, because you can't see the guy's whole face, but you see the side of his face. And it looks just like Ruben. But then also his shoes. People have pointed out the shoes that he is wearing as shoes that... yeah. Oh, geez. This is the actual video. Let's see. Is there... yeah. I can't show that. I need a good screenshot of... I'm probably not going to find one. But it's the situation with... I can show that. There's Eric Swalwell. You can see his leg. There's the chick. And here's the shoe of allegedly Ruben Gallego. And at one point, he like leans into the view of the camera where you can see the side of his face. Here's his question about it.
There was a video online that surfaced of Eric Swalwell making out with a woman sitting next to someone. Was that you sitting next to him?
This is an example of the lies. No, I was not sitting next to him. I was not in the room. I was...
No, I was not in the room with him. I was not sitting...
Nowhere. I don't even know where it happened. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Chris LaCivita and a bunch of other right-wing political operatives are pushing...
Of course, right-wing political operatives. Right. We're just asking questions. And then, of course, this video surfaced of Ruben Gallego.
Hey, that's a small one.
Very good. Really easy. It's really easy. It's the hot pepper challenge. You can come over and do it with us if you want. No.
Not bad.
Woo.
Okay.
Okay.
That most certainly looks like the side of that gentleman's face in that video.
Okay.
All right, so
Okay.
his...
For my friend.
You should get Kilmer here.
Yeah.
He's like
Yeah.
the king of
There you
this.
go.
Like,
It's for ALS research. This is Congresswoman
good.
Esty.
in
Yeah.
fact, I just introduced a bill on justice for ALS veterans because
Right.
ALS veterans who have ALS, they die too rapidly for their families to get the benefits.
Yeah.
So we could do this
I'll look at
on
that.
for justice
Watch what Ruben does in the background. It's pretty suspect.
Good.
for ALS veterans. New bill, you guys should get on it. Just
Okay.
introduced it yesterday.
Oh.
Like, what are you doing, bro? Why are you trying to shove that in this woman's mouth right here? Like, what is going on?
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what would make you do that? Like, what are we doing here?
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
What are we doing here? What are we doing? You're trying to shove this stuff in her mouth? Huh. Interesting. And it's kind of interesting that he's standing there next to Eric Swalwell. But according to him, he had no clue who Eric Swalwell was, what he was doing. Okay. According to him, he wasn't in the bedroom in that, or it looked like a hotel room, actually. He wasn't in that hotel room with Eric Swalwell, with that chick. You know, I don't know, guys. I don't know. What are you thinking? The side of that guy's face that's in the bed definitely looks like Eric Swalwell, for sure. It looks like him to me. From the side profile, most certainly looks like him. And those shoes, somebody knows something. Somebody most certainly knows something, because those shoes are very unique shoes. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. And we've been hearing about other individuals as well that are possibly going down. I believe it was Santos. I can't remember his name. The Republican who got kicked out of Congress a couple years ago, maybe. I think it was. Was it Eric Santos? I don't think that was his name. Let me see. George Santos. Was it George Santos? Jeez, I can't type. Santos. George Santos. Yes. George Santos. George Santos, I saw a clip, I don't know, a few days ago of him talking about there's a lot of other individuals who may be on the chopping block as well due to some things that they have done too that are similar, maybe not as bad, but similar to what Eric Swalwell is being accused of. So we may have a third of Congress, and probably not a third, but a good chunk of individuals being kicked out or expelled from Congress, which would be great, right? Get these disgusting individuals out of here, Republican or Democrat. Hopefully there's more Democrats than Republicans, of course. But regardless, right? Republicans or Democrats, get them out of here. Get every single one of them out. And let's get some America First individuals back in D.C. All right? Y'all let me know your thoughts and your opinions about all of this. Stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.